All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Payroll Expert Reads W-2 Instructions. Today, we are going to be covering what to do with deceased or how to handle a deceased employee's wages. All right. So we'll just share this screen here. All right. So, deceased employees' wages. If an employee dies during the year, you must report the accrued wages, vacation pay, and other compensation paid after the date of death. Also, wages that were available to the employee while they were alive, regardless of whether they actually regardless of whether they were actually in possession of the employee, as well as any other regular wage payments, even if you may have to reissue the payment in the name of the estate or beneficiary. If you made the payment after the employee's death, but in the same year that the employee died, you must withhold Social Security and Medicare taxes on the payment and report the payment on the employee's Form W-2 only as Social Security and Medicare wages to ensure proper Social Security and Medicare credit is received. On the employee's Form W-2, show the payment as Social Security wages in box 3 and Medicare wages and tips in box 5. And the Social Security and Medicare taxes withheld in boxes 4 and 6. Do not show the payment in box 1. If you made the payment after the year of death, do not report it on a Form W-2 and do not withhold Social Security and Medicare taxes. Whether the payment is made in the year of death or the year after death, you must also report it in box 3 of Form 1099 miscellaneous information for the payment to the estate or beneficiary. Use the name and taxpayer identification number of the payment recipient in Form 1099 miscellaneous. However, if the payment is a reissuance of wages that were constructively received by the deceased individual while they were still alive, do not report it on Form 1099 miscellaneous. I'm really glad they gave examples here because this was really confusing to me, partially because I have never had to deal with a deceased employee and their wages before. And I do want to make a note that this is also covered in the 1099 instructions that I read earlier this year. So example, before employee A's death on June 15th, 2021, A was employed by employer X and received $10,000 in wages on which federal income tax of $1,500 was withheld. When A died, X owed A $2,000 in wages and $1,000 in accrued vacation pay. The total of $3,000 less the Social Security and Medicare taxes withheld was paid to A's estate on July 20th, 2021. Because X made the payment during the year of death, X must withhold Social Security and Medicare taxes on the $3,000 of payments and must complete a Form W-2 as follows. Box A, employee A's Social Security number. Box E, employee A's name. Box F, employee A's address. Box 1, $10,000. And this does not include the $3,000 of accrued wages and vacation pay that was paid after death. Box 2, $1,500 because that's the federal income tax that was withheld. Box 3 is the $10,000 of wages plus the accrued wages and vacation pay that was paid after death. So that'll be $13,000. Box 4 is $806 because it is 6.2% of the wages in box 3 of $13,000. Box 5 for Medicare wages is also going to be $13,000 because you pay the accrued wages and vacation pay to the $10,000 of pay that was already paid before A's death. Box 6 is $188.50 because that is 1.5% of the amount in box 5 for Medicare wages. Caution. Employer X must also complete Form 1099 miscellaneous as follows. And this is a continuation of the example on the previous page. Boxes for recipient's name, address, and TIN, the estate or beneficiary's name, address, and TIN. Box 3 of $3,000. Even though amounts were withheld for Social Security and Medicare taxes, the gross amount is reported here. If X made the payment after the year of death, the $3,000 would not be subject to Social Security and Medicare taxes and would not be shown on Form W-2. However, the employer in either case must still file the Form 1099 miscellaneous for the $3,000 of accrued wages and vacation pay that was paid after the death. So this is a pretty important topic. I don't want to have any other instructions with this one. So please, if you have questions or comments, please leave a comment below. Like and share this video whenever you see people asking questions. And thank you again.